welcome to HQXtra. I'm Wayne Healy, and joining me is none other than Chris Bucko Buckley. Welcome to the first episode in 2020. Wow, look at our new setup. I hope you like it.
We've got a bit of new gear.
We have, and we got a lot of people that's thrown their faith and behind us and their support, and we've got these lovely sponsors behind us, and which is a new set,
new equipment,
and look, a little gremlin in the first show.
First time,
you can't be too upset.
It's like the first shakedown, Wayne. You're always going to find something.
Exactly, mate. 2020. Look at our new set. Great sponsors, great new sponsors. I hope you like our set. Don't forget to like and share our HQXtra. Get it out there. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on through our website. We got plenty to talk about tonight, haven't we?
Plenty to talk about tonight. It's going to be a massive year. I think 2020 is going to be a great year for HQ racing all around Australia.
Absolutely.
Some upcoming events next weekend. I think it's Melbourne, and then Brisbane the weekend after that, and Sydney the weekend after that. So we've got 3 weekends of HQ action coming our way, which is great for us. Plenty to talk about.
Exactly. So plenty to talk about on the show about what's coming up in race events. We've also got great new sponsors. I can't thank CNR International, Osborne Transport, Harvey Towing, all the other that we got. Look at them: Asset, Blendline TV, Kerway, Hands On, Ready Strip. It's just fantastic. Unbelievable.
Absolutely fantastic. The support that we've been shown by all these great companies. And as we said today in our Facebook post, without them it doesn't happen.
Exactly right.
We've gone out. We've got some new equipment. We've got some new set set up here. We've got the couch, we're going to call it, I think.
And, we call it.
Plenty of room for guests, special guests. And
let us know if you want to be on our show. We'd love to have you on our show. There's plenty to talk about, plenty to do. We are going to be trying to get some special guests as well. But geez, we got heaps to talk about on the show. Coming on the show tonight, we got Darren Parker who's going to cover the delegates meeting that he went to. We've got Ian McLean who's going to cover the website, membership for HQXtra, and a lot of other things that we're doing. And young Bree, our roving ranger reporter.
Absolutely.
She's going to come on and we're going to have a little chat to her as well.
Speaking about Ian McLean, he's obviously our behind the scenes man. He's been doing so much work in the backgrounds to make a lot of this happen with the website, with the membership drive and all those other things. And also a lot of you old timers like me would remember a lovely guy by the name of Rob McDougall, who was racing with us when we first started.
Absolutely. Intimidate Racing.
No.
Wasn't it?
Go nuts!
Go nuts!
Go nuts racing!
Yeah, but it had Intimidate on his car.
He did.
That was it. Yes.
I think Intimidate was sunglasses from.
That's right. Yes.
But a great guy, and
he started about the same time as me. Yeah,
very similar time to us, and a great guy who we had a lot of fun with racing before, and he's been over in the land of the long white cloud for a while, doing some work over there, and he's moved back to Sydney and
seen the light.
Seen the light come back. Not so much this week though.
He was on with the Dutch.
With the Dutch. Anyway, my missus is Kiwi, so be careful. Be very careful.
Yeah.
So look, we couldn't do it without Rob. He's been fantastic helping us out here with our little setup going on and moving forward. And it's been great, especially him and Ian both. We thank them both very much. So
absolutely. And I want to thank Blendline TV. Blendline TV last year helped us out massively. They have got a great product for racing, for grassroots racing, whether it be boats, whether it be rally, whether it be any kind of thing. Daniel Beckinsale, get onto Daniel and have a look at their website, because let me tell you, they've got a great product to do. We've moved away from Daniel as in the studio here, but we haven't moved away from Daniel at all. He's a great asset to this HQXtra. He's one of the reasons why we are so successful, and we can't thank him enough. And
as he said, he's happy to give us some footage from the round,
help us out,
which is also very good of him and the guys at Blendline. We really appreciate that as well. So,
but again,
our sponsors board here as well. And thanks very much to Daniel for everything he's done for HQXtra.
Exactly. So, but again, to Rob McDougall, having him on board, an old HQ racer who loves it as much as we do.
There's a bit of passion there, isn't there?
Loves it as much as we do. It's great. So,
and sometime this year we're going to repay him with a drive of Wayne's car.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, just throw my car out there. I've seen him drive. Remember?
He's pretty good actually.
You can go in your car.
If it's wet, he'll kill it. He's really good in the wet.
Well, I suppose that's why he moved to New Zealand, because it doesn't stop raining there, does it?
He'll certainly be better than you in the wet.
It's just what we just started, and you can start on me already.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, you're not. All right, I think we'll get our first guest on. Let's
Before we do that, run through our sponsor reel.
Absolutely.
That's a bit of a plug as well.
Let's have a look at our sponsor reel. I hope you like that playing in the background. So, yeah, let's have a look at our sponsor reel, and we'll get Ian McLean on the show to talk about our website. Ian McLean, welcome to the first episode of HQXtra 2020.
Yeah, 2020. New year, new set, new amazing everything. So I'm blown away seeing all this actually come together, and there's no way that it could have happened without the amount of hard work that behind the scenes we've been going on, and potentially, if we could have put as much effort into our own cars as what we have on the show, we'd be shaking Brett Osborne's doors down. So
I'm telling you, realistically, we pretty much swung this together real quick. In the last couple of weeks, other than it was Christmas 6 weeks ago, it was bloody Christmas. So it was basically 3 weeks ago. We didn't know what we were doing.
A lot of late nights, and yeah, look, to be on this side of it and being able to enjoy it, and what we want is to be able to promote the sport and to be able to do that now in a bigger way, and to be able to get guests here, and we can basically entertain a little bit better, we hope, but at the same time, the sponsors that we've got involved now, they're at a level that we want to try and promote them at the best possible way that we can do that too. We can't thank them enough, and it's unmistakable.
The show don't start. Doesn't even go. Don't even happen without great sponsors, and like I said, the sponsors: CA International, Osborne Transport, Harvey Towing, Ready Strip, Asset Plumbing, Kerways. I forgot to mention Kerways before, and Hands On First Aid, and like I said, Blendline TV there in the background helping us out as well. I mean, wow, we can't do it without them, and you can't thank them enough. But mate, you have been absolutely going fanatical on our website.
Yeah, look, sleepless nights and everything else.
There's been a bit of action on the website lately, hasn't
Look, it's crazy to see, and again, it was 2 months ago, December, that we actually released it. So it was the end of the last year that we ended up being able to sort of do that. So I've got the numbers on it, and I'm watching that daily. That are cracking in on it and having a look at the website and being involved in it, which again is what we're trying to do. So my objective with the website is to grow with where we are as well. So the capacity there is almost endless. What we've been able to promote so far is firstly the sponsors. What we're trying to introduce is the capabilities, which again we've been able to do on a national stage. So we've got the calendars there on a national calendar. I haven't seen that in the sport, and again I've been involved in a long time. What we're able to do is click on the calendar, jump on the website. Every state is listed there. You can look at every date, try and work out where you map your year out, what you can and can't make it to.
You can upload your footage to the website. You can check everything. Like you said, you can leave comments. But the biggest thing, how to become a member.
Yeah, look, that's on the website, and again, that's something that we're growing as well. We're getting to the point that we're getting some pretty good-looking apparel that we're working on at the moment. First and foremost, the members packs, they're basically all where we want them. They'll be moving shortly. We've got some fanatical members that are already joined us, which is amazing as well. So we've got packs that are getting ready to go. We've got the bucket hats in them. We've got stubby holders, which we've got.
Speaking of bucket hats, can I get a bucket hat just thrown at me there for a sec so we can show them? If that's all right. Thank you very much. Great throw there. HQXtra bucket hats. Now these are exclusive. They're for members only. You've got to become a member.
You're going to have one of them in the pits of the HQ, so I'll tell you, they're going to be popular.
Look, we're
and a stubby holder.
wear it with pride, and that's pretty much the idea behind it is to try and get sort of something that gets us in the community. So being able to have the hats, being able to get stubby holders, they're things that we use. Look, we've got a random selection of members. We've got the Andreskis, we've got Matty Linscott, Leighton, Cranbrook, Brendan Martin, Brad Schomburg, Kenny Wright. They're just a few of those that will be getting some members cards. We've got accessibility on the website to be able to upload files. We want people to get footage on. So when we're starting on the weekend doing that, we've got footage up on there on the HQ website at the moment, HQXtra.com. We're able to integrate with whatever's going on, so we can have news articles. So if your particular club, state, sponsor, personally has an article that's going to be on a website, send it through. It's all on the website that I can upload it from there, or someone can upload it from there. We can get it published. It's what we want to do. We want to have each state inputting and individuals as well. Another little cool one that's in the works as well is we want drivers' information. We want drivers' personalities. So we're going to be putting a page up that's going to have a driver's profile.
Personalities? Well, how many personalities did we get last year? We had the Godfather for number one, Harvey Tarling, the Godfather, right? Then we had the Viking.
Yes, we did.
Right? And then you got Mad Dog too, Phil. Don't forget him.
Mad Dog.
We had a. That's 10 in the bin. You let one rip already. You just thought I'd let that one go. That's 10 in the bin.
It's quiet. It's quiet.
But we've got plenty of people out there. Brett Schomburg. And then you got Duane Cambridge. You know, anyone that's got to put a dirt in front, besides Darren, everybody's going to be on the show, but a dirt and then say the name, like I'm Wayne, and then he's got to put a dirt
Wayne.
Jeez, what's that?
Just one up you. Simple as that.
Nah, look, but biggest thing though we want to do is push is what?
Yeah, look, the membership's there for everyone to get involved, and we want to try and push that as much as we can. We want to get HQXtra as national as we can. We want people to be proud of what we're able to do, and we're able to give back to the sport. So we've got members from all states, so they'll be getting stickers, they'll be getting hats, they'll be getting stubby holders, key rings, all those types of things that we'll be progressively sort of working our way through.
Yeah, so hopefully all those packs will be, by the end of February, all put together and we'll be able to ship them out. We're just waiting on a couple of things to come in for the packs.
Yep.
But also what we're going to do is eventually when we reach the number of members that we need to, we're going to start having some member giveaways on the show, which is, so it's beneficial to become a member. But what becoming a member of HQXtra is helping us get through to the other to the other states. It just, the more that we can help you guys, the more you help us, the more we can help you guys. So basically, it's to show that the more love you show us, the more love we can show you guys. So
yeah, mate, it's just supporting us so we can support you guys.
Exactly, because we're passionate and we love what we do, and the website is hopefully we try and aim is to be a hub.
Yeah,
really, you know.
And look, it's already there more than any other state individually can be. So we know the limitations that each state sort of got. We're integrating between Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We want to be there and we want to be live and we want to be a part of the community. So get in contact with us on the website, pop things through, let us know what we can do if there's events coming up that you want to do. And even on the side, we've got sort of ride days that we're organising our own one, but I know that Queensland's got one at the end of the year. We've got car shows that we're able to do charity events and things like that. So anything that we can do to publicise it, we'll definitely do anything that we can in our capabilities to do it. So and again, without the support that we've got and some new sponsors that are giving us the opportunity to spread the word.
And there's always room for more sponsors. Don't you worry about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But mate, look, we've been overwhelmed with that. I can't thank them enough. The support and the faith they've shown us.
And people even contacted us.
Exactly right.
So it's very happy to see that.
We can't actually see what's going on at the moment in the comments. We just don't have anything in front of us at the moment for people commenting. Bucko, you got your phone there. You might be able to help us out there and let us know what's happening in the world of comments here. But mate, yeah, it's unreal. We're just immensely overwhelmed with the support. And
12.
there we go. Oh, we have actually got some. There we go. no sound. We've got.
We sorted that out, so that's all good.
Oh, good.
We've got
Lens Shark can hear nothing.
Yeah, people
Peter, you probably couldn't hear anything because you probably can't hear anything anyway because your wife yelling at you so loud, more than likely. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, the set does look great. New set is great. Thanks, Leighton. It's great. Michelle, thank you very much. That's unreal. Yeah, really good.
And good looking cars that we're seeing out there too. There was some things going on that people are trying to get ready for the new year, and it's exciting time of year that everyone's sort of promoting themselves. And there's a lot of cars out there that are getting a lot of love, which is great to see as well.
Welcome back.
We're back. We're back.
How's your bladder feeling, Wayne?
We found another one.
I apologise. Look, we've lost the YouTube feed. Unfortunately, there's a glitch, and apparently it's in the area. Unfortunately, we're not the only ones that's having problems in this area, but we what a way to get it on their very first show at 9 o'clock.
I can tell you there's some smoking fingers behind the scenes there. We need a fire extinguisher. Poor Rob's fingers are going
Poor Rob's
crazy.
fingers doing anything, and it's nothing. Unfortunately, it's just not our fault. It's one of those things that it's beyond our control, outside of the realms here.
Weather's not been great.
So we've had to just go wait for it to come back and make a few phone calls and get it right. And but we've lost the YouTube. We can't do the YouTube one.
That's all right.
So we're live at Facebook.
We have a good guest. Welcome to Dan Parker, Vice President of HQ Racing New South Wales.
Thank you, mate. It's great to be here.
Nice to have you on the show, buddy.
Thank you, both.
Came in out of the rain. It's all looking pretty schmick.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah, hair's good.
It's all good. No problem in the world.
Paula?
Was Bree holding the brolly?
Exactly right. Come on, boys.
It's actually good to see you not in a white shirt.
I know. I thought I'd mix it up, Black's more slimming.
I was just going to say, right. So what do they do?
Yeah, I got the grey one.
They put me in grey. Hey, look, I'm just putting it out there. If there's anyone that wants us to try and lose weight and you've got a good way to do it, Bucko and I need some help. Happy to wear your clothes, happy to do the training, whatever you need us to do. If there's someone out there that wants to
It's horizontal stripes.
Yeah.
Horizontal,
Not vertical, it's horizontal.
I thought it was the other way.
You know what? I don't care what anyone says. They said to get in shape. Round's a shape. We're a shape.
Round's definitely a shape.
And you know what? I worked it out that it's weight to height, right?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with my weight. It's just I'm too short for it.
That's right.
That's the only thing.
Yep.
That's true. That's very
It's true. Hey, at my weight, I should be 8'9", but that's okay. It's okay. We'll be right. I'll get there.
You look like me.
Anyway, getting on to Darren. I've been slapping me. I've got your disease. Look, doing this. Darren, welcome
My
to the show.
disease.
Mate, I believe you went up to the delegates meeting up in Queensland. Mate, tell us your experience, because you're a virgin at it, basically. You're the first time you went there.
Absolutely.
And
I think that
everyone's got a...
been to one?
I've never been to one, no.
Been to one?
No.
I've never been to one.
We've actually...
Wow.
You got
David
to
Ling,
us.
I'll just put that out there. David Ling has thrown the hand out to and offered us an invitation to come up to the next one next year to see what it's all about. Because we were boisterous, and I was quite boisterous at what I was trying to get across and didn't know the process properly.
Basically, you're banging the shit out of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, basically I was saying what they do. No one's doing anything. It's what's the New South. But then realise that they're sort of like they give you the ball and they go right there. Here's the team. You just go and play, get a coach and play type thing. So they organise the competition, but it's up to all the other individuals to get it going. So I understand where Dave coming. But anyway, look, I'd love to get your perspective on it, and that's why we got you in the show. So
What do you think?
What do you think?
It was really interesting, right? It was very much. I couldn't make it last year, so Chris Moll went in as well instead. So, and he came back with a very different perspective on the delegates meeting. So yeah, and I'm the first to say that I was also one of those guys. Like, you sit down, you see things that are going, what we perceive are going wrong in the category, and we just always put it down to HQRA. What are those guys doing? What value are they adding in the category? And for me, the delegates meeting was a real eye opener. Like, it was great for me. So I did a little bit of research before I went, but I'm certainly no techo by any stretch. But what was really good for me, we all sort of flew in. Obviously, every 2 delegates from basically each state. Everyone flies in on the Friday night. We catch up for a couple of beers and do a bit of a chat, shoot the breeze, and then we get stuck into it from Saturday morning. And what one of the things that we would know from New South Wales is that Dwayne spent a lot of time canvassing the members. What questions have you got? And ultimately, those questions are proposed, are put forward to.
So is it political? Like, is someone going to cross the floor and join the Liberals and stuff like that on the Friday night? Are you going, hey, I'm going to vote for that? Hey,
I'm going for green stickers.
It's
and I've got red stickers on that side.
It's not the Nationals, mate. It's not the Nationals. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's not. No, not at all. It's just it's a very there was no really heated, frustrating conversations. It was really all those items that were put on the agenda were all discussed individually. Basically, one of the things that I really learned from it was there's a lot of whole heads around that table. You look at David Ling, you look at Gavin Porteous, Colin Roper, guys that have been racing for many, many years. And it kind of really just surprised me how much experience they've got and almost how much I don't have.
So a lot of people don't realise it is a bit of time and effort they put into this as well.
Yeah.
They're not there for the fun of it, I don't think.
No.
They enjoy the racing, the people, but
absolutely,
there's a lot of work involved with what they do as well.
Well, they're all volunteers, like we all are. I mean, no one gets paid for it, but I honestly believe after walking away from that meeting that everyone in that room has the best interest of the category at heart. No one wants to go out there with a category that just implodes and turns to custard. So.
That's
good.
what we want to hear, I think. It's what everyone wants to hear. They do have the best interest of HQ Racing.
They do.
And we'll be up there next year and we'll see ourselves.
Yeah, well, definitely. We'll be there.
And I was having a chat to Darren just off air before while I was going to the bathroom. And why does everyone pick on me? I have to go to the bathroom. Because you don't start it.
You're an easy target, mate.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He just gives it and can't take it. He's one of those, Darren. He's one of those.
Of course.
Yeah.
Forget the weight loss. I just lost 2 kilos like that.
Don't tell me you've never not done that before a race meeting.
Yeah, sort of. Not in my race suit.
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
It's a wetsuit. But look, what I guess where our perspective was when we're talking about David Ling and the delegates and everyone that's involved in it is personally I wear 2 hats. It's the way my brain works, and good or bad, I see.
He wears 2 hats because he got 2 heads.
I was going to say 2 helmets, but
I couldn't let that one slide.
okay, we're going to race the bar this year.
Yeah.
But what I sort of see is both sides of most arguments. And on a committee side of things, I've been on committees with motorsport, and I know how hard it is to please everyone. And it's a 100% guarantee that you won't. That's just the way it goes.
Can't do it.
And the second sort of part to that is you want results, and you want your opinion to be valued by the committee and for things to move forward. So when we talk about parts of the committee or people of the committee and things that are sort of moving towards it, as a competitor, what you sometimes feel, or what you will feel, is in the dark. And you've had the opportunity to see what goes on behind the scenes, but at the same point, what we're voicing about it or saying that David Ling hasn't been able to make it to an event or something like that. I guess what we can all take out of it is communication. And again, this is what the show can offer. And to be able to say, well, this is the reason for it, or this is why something can't happen that way. And that's why we've got you on today. Competitor's hat, I want to be able to say, you know what, I want to run fluorescent pink like Brad Schomburg.
Is there a question for this or what?
Oh no!
It's right in what he's saying, because communication is the key. Because before,
you're 100% right.
Thanks, Wayne.
Before he contacted or reached out to contact Wayne, he was bagged the shit out of him. He was giving it to him because he had no idea basically what was going on.
I thought I was under the understanding that HQRA is the main body and they look after HQs around Australia. The fact is, you're there. Give us your figure. Give us your interpretation.
Look, if you look at all the so agenda items are raised, we all go and discuss those items, and everyone's got a different view. Like, to be honest, you talk about the fuel issue, right? We all know we had massive fuel issues at the Bend. So they put a dampener on. Don't get me wrong, fantastic weekend. South Australian guys did an amazing job, but that put a dampener on it where you get to the final and then your car, you and your car aren't performing the way you want it to because of fuel. So I had this expectation when I walked into this meeting, going, the fuel's rubbish, right? We know that we've got inconsistency with fuel. We've got to change this, right? It's a no-brainer.
So that was obviously brought up.
Absolutely, yep. So then, I've got the minutes here. We can talk about this for hours. But the fuel's a perfect example. So when you talk about the fuel, when you actually hear the background of the fuel, there's a lot of history there that none of us know anything about. You talk about the reason why we went to unleaded in the first place was because of cams. It wasn't a HQ decision. It was a decision made by cams saying you need to move to unleaded fuel.
So cams are virtually taken it out of HQRA's.
Absolutely.
And they can't do much about it.
Absolutely.
What I think.
They've actually recently just done that to sports sedans as well.
Sports sedans, what turnaround?
And they're having major issues with their engines like we do with ours.
Okay.
And theirs are a lot more expensive than ours.
I totally agree. I think what cams have got to totally understand what they're doing. But I think what I'm trying to say is when they went to unleaded fuels, you could buy 100 race fuel, 100 octane. You could buy that. You can't buy that at pump anymore. So the fuel's actually changed, and cams haven't changed or haven't given us an ultimatum or an alternative. They've just said bad luck. You got to deal with it.
Well, that's the way the rule's written. It's
exactly.
Pump available, 5 locations, at 3 states.
3 states.
So I think
that was the case. Shell was actually producing 100 octane pump fuel back in the day.
So was United.
So was United,
and then they dropped that. And then, but the other rule books, and that's sort of where my mindset was, and I'm not yet totally swayed against it, is that other categories, IPRA is a good example, is that they run under a different category of that fuel. So they're allowed to run. It's not a pump fuel, it's a available fuel. It's not a pump fuel, it's an available fuel.
In jerry cans.
And you can run E85 and you can run those types of things. So you're right, those windows are there. And we are currently governed by that ruling. That's 5 venues, 3 states, and that's sort of where E85 came into the mix, you say, is because that complied. It was then mandated that the ethanol level can't be more than 10%, which is how they took that out of the category that was 5 and 3. E85 actually sat into that category, so they removed the E85 out of that. So that's where I sort of see that could have been an opportunity to change fuels, and how cool would that be to run an eco-friendly fuel. I'm getting off track here, but those types of things that if there's a capability of moving forward and kind of going with cams, well, this is the situation that we're in. Can we do about it?
And look, one of the things that I really took away from the experience, right, was, if you look at ultimately when you talk to you talk to David Lee and go, what's the aim for us as a category? What do we want to do? And the aim when we go away from these AGMs, delegates meetings, is that we don't want ultimately to cost the competitor any money. Absolutely. Right? Because we start getting to a point where the changes we make, cost money. We were talking about it before. There's going to be, we know in New South Wales there'll be half a dozen to 10 guys that if it costs them $2,500 for a new suspension package, okay, we'll bolt it in. We go.
I totally
no
understand
dramas.
that. I totally understand that, and I can understand it. But are we worried about cost, or are we trying to keep the longevity of this? Because we are the longest one-make race series in Australia, and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
What you're saying is correct, though. If you
totally,
go this year and say, okay, this is 2020, you don't race unless you get the suspension package, it's $2,500.
Yeah.
You will lose. I'm telling you, half the field.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I totally understand and I agree.
That's where they're coming from. They don't want to make massive changes. They're going to cost people a lot of money, and it's going to turn people away from the sport. We want to attract people, not turn them away. And at this stage in where we're at, I don't think.
APRAC don't fix that. In a lot of contexts, I mean, the springs won't change. Like they're not an issue. The shocks are a usable part, and springs sort of don't necessarily need to be the same as tyres. Like we're lucky in New South Wales. I was talking to Brad Schomburg over the Christmas break sort of thing, and I said, we scratch our way through sort of thing, and we'll get a season out of a set of tyres. They're black and round, and they stay on the car, and they comply, and that's fine. He's like, man, we get 2 race meetings. Like they're gone. Torn
because of the heat,
nothing left.
up the track,
So
whatever.
with the contours of the corners up at QR and
the track surface itself, maybe.
Yeah, so we're lucky. Like I kind of took that for granted that they were a road-based tyre, that they were hard enough that they had longevity to it. And I've seriously done an entire championship on a set of tyres, and I'd say it's still reasonably competitive. But ditto. He ran wets, I think, for a good 6 months. And it didn't even rain.
I think Rob done 2 seasons on a set of tyres, mate. Let me tell you.
Sorry, Rob. Thanks, mate. But you're right. That's the cost cutting, and I'm as lean as the next person, and there are things that will be a compliance issue. I'm like, well, we've got $70 for a rain line. That's another thing.
Oh, look, please don't get me started on the rain line.
Stop.
Don't get me started.
Anyway, listen, Darren.
Got another toilet break.
Was every state represented?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone?
Yep. That was represented from every state. So yeah, it was good.
Is there an issue with information getting out there, do we think? Like, what I'm saying is every HQRA member
not now that you're
getting in,
not now that you're leaning like this. Everything's coming through you.
Best mate.
Everything's coming
Is that
through
coming
you.
to your birthday?
But in all honesty, I ridiculed the guy, and it didn't deserve it. Actually, I owe him an apology.
I hope you did.
I did say sorry. Yeah, actually, I did. I spoke to him, and because you know what, I thought that. You know, he was the ants pants, and he should be doing the ants pants things. Didn't realise there was all different processes, and they throw it back to the states. And if the states aren't getting it out, then you know that's an issue too. So basically, that's what I'm saying is, mate, you guys are out there racing, and from your states, are you getting all the information? Let us know, because if you aren't, then we should know about what you're doing, and you need the information in front of you, because then you can make judgment calls. Obviously, I made judgment calls on information that I had in front of me. I didn't have all the facts, and I ridiculed the guy without having all the facts. So now I bite my tongue and I step back and I say sorry, because you know what, I was a dick, and just got.
But again, that's
the bid.
I want no counselling after this.
But that's the good thing about it. Again, we've been around long enough, and that communication's not there. So I haven't been, none of us have been. What else do you see that's moving forward, like in a progressive way? What's something that you saw was beneficial out of the event for HQ racing?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think communication is key, right? You know, one of the things that I take my hat off to Dwayne, before the minutes even came out of the delegates meeting, Dwayne had already put his version out to New South Wales members. You know, these are the minutes from that meeting. They've come out to double check, and then they'll be distributed out. So
hang on a second, let's get it right. Dwayne didn't do it.
Sorry.
Dwayne didn't do it. Tanya, well done. Tanya, great job.
Yeah, good job, Tanya.
Yeah, well done. So to me, that communication is key. And you know, to answer your question, Mark, to walk away, what was fantastic about the Saturday, you know, night in particular. You know, I sat down and had a beer with Brad Schomburg and Benny Simpson, and we're talking about how we can improve the category, how we can improve reliability. It wasn't Queensland, it wasn't New South Wales, it was we. You know, and that communication is key. So the more we talk to each other, the more we communicate. You know, people are going to have little tricky secrets they're going to keep. That's fine. But you know, one of the big things that I learned, you know, there's one of the items in here that was raised by New South Wales was around brake knockoff. So we know this year we had Dwayne had a couple. Dwayne hit the wall twice.
Is the brake knocking off on Dwayne's
Dwayne?
car?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's probably a bigger issue there, but to be fair, and Chris Mile had the same thing. But it's fun. Chris Mile had the same thing, right? So, but what was really interesting is, you know, you sit there and you talk about it, and you go, hang on a second, this brake knockoff is a safety issue. We absolutely have to address this as a category. But when you sit around the table and you've got all these old heads that have been doing it, you know, the first thing is, you know, you've got bearing spaces, you've got, the sliders, for example, that sit in the calipers. Yep. How often have you serviced the sliders? I've never serviced mine. You know, so to me, as far as my, or WD-40 works beautifully.
No, don't.
But the point, but the point's valid, right? The point is that the reality is that for me, I got a list of a dozen things I walked away from that meeting, and that's stuff where I need to go and look, and I will share with New South Wales and stuff that we can do.
That's the key. Communication is sharing it, letting everyone know that that's there, because every time you hear the delegates, what got changed at delegates? Nothing.
Wait,
Nothing.
Do you know what a preload spacer is?
Do you have bearing spaces?
I have no idea what a preload spacer is.
Took me 10 years to find out about.
Oh, really?
10 years.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No one told me either. I had to find out from Victoria.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Not telling you.
Chris, do you know what a preload spacer is in the front end?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you got them in yours?
Yeah.
Darren, you got them?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. We'll talk later.
But you're right.
Yeah.
And there are things
Listen, I can kick you off this show.
That's
real
what I was
quick,
talking
mate.
about. I never had him for 10 years.
Yeah.
No.
And no one told me about him.
I've never had
Someone from Victoria, I know from a bloke in Victoria told me. And then
Sorry, you never asked.
And then another guy goes, "Oh, you're that there. Haven't you got him?" I said,
I don't think I've ever had
10
them.
years. 10 years I've been racing it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had them myself.
Anyway,
No.
But it's, mate, look,
you don't know what it is.
thank you for coming and let us know and all that. That's really nice here. So,
Pleasure.
plans this year for you, mate? What's the GO for you?
Looking forward to a big season, mate.
Championship.
So it's a bit optimistic, isn't it? But
have
no,
to
mate, the car's good. The car's just having its final checks, and we're going to be ready for the first round. Can't wait for Wakefield. It's always an interesting first round at Wakefield. A lot of testosterone in those cars. So
Speaking about Wakefield, I got the list this morning for the entries so far. We're a little bit shy. I know there's a couple weeks to go, so otherwise, if you haven't already put your entry in, please get them sorted out. I know you haven't either.
I'm in the process.
No, I haven't either, so that's
Yeah,
two.
so I'm in the
two more.
process of just finishing off my renewing my license. So,
But yeah, if you haven't guys, if you haven't entered and you are planning on getting there, we want to get a good turnout for our first round of the year. So
having said that, don't forget Victoria's this weekend, and remember, any interstate that comes, there's free entry.
isn't that great? What a great initiative.
That is unreal.
It is. It's
And
awesome.
Another big news: they've changed their date, or the date that I had.
You got it wrong.
I don't. No. Well, just settle down.
It's on the website.
On the website, must be true. Anyhow, it's on Facebook. It's on Facebook, must be true, mate. Must be true. Basically, the date have changed for I think it's the historic.
Sandown
Historic. It's now the 7th of November weekend. So it's 2 weekends after, 2 weeks after what they actually had. So that means Queensland can have the standalone 1 hour, which is great. It means everyone can get up there and race that. So
Gonna go again?
this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Loved
good
it.
day.
Loved it.
Great fun.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. So looking forward to doing that. So this weekend you got Victoria, massive weekend for them. Great start, early start for them.
Yeah.
Brisbane. Week after that is Queensland.
Yep.
Then you've got New South Wales with Western Australia, and I believe Tassie's not far after that. So it's all starting
It's all happening.
now. So guys, get your act together, get on the track, and
Get your cars ready and
get your cars ready. And mate, once again, thank you very much for coming out and
Pleasure.
and joining us. And we've got your lovely daughter, the roving ranger.
Reporter.
Yes, we do.
Going to join us. Ian, what's your plans, mate? What's the go with you?
Yeah, look, I'll be competing. We'll get there. I've got work commitments for the first round, but I'll definitely be heading down for a look and gunning for a good drive later on. So we'll be there later on in the year, but for this stage, we'll sit out the first round and see you guys tear each other up.
Get behind the camera, mate.
Now, getting back just quickly while I've got you. And this rain light, the cams.
Yep.
This is how stupid they are. Right?
Oh, now it's on the cams. Leave aside.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone got to know.
Yeah.
Further, it's actually Motorsport Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, apologise. Motorsport Australia. Now, my line of thinking. Now, I could be wrong, and a lot of you could disagree with me and call me an idiot, but if you're having a rain light, the same colour as a brake light on a switch, what's the first thing someone's going to do?
Brake check you.
Exactly right. So
Did you not just tell the whole?
Yeah, that's
Come on, mate. If you ain't thinking about that, you're a dumbass. But seriously, I mean, we're HQs, mate. All right. There's not much upstairs when we drive in the car. Right? So wouldn't it be better? Like today, right? Perfect example. Today, I was driving back from Wollongong. If anyone knows New South Wales, I was coming back and there was a lot of fog. What's everyone do when they put their in the fog?
Fog lights?
Hazard lights.
Right, okay.
What's the colours of hazard light? Orange. So what should be the rain light? Orange.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to your mate Liggy about this?
No, I haven't actually spoken to anyone about this. I just had a whinge to you.
It'll be
And you just kept laughing your tits off.
it'll be an FIA international thing.
It is. Absolutely.
It'll be a directive.
It should be orange.
Open wheelers, stuff like that. They don't have tail lights.
And I'm a truck driver and I can think of these things.
Yeah, we worry about that.
Anyway, you've got a long drive to go.
I do. Yeah, nice.
Young Bree's going to take your mic and
We'll do.
we're
Well,
going
we'll
to change
have a
over.
sponsor roll again. I think.
Yeah, and we'll go to our little sponsors roll and we'll change over.
Well done, Ian.
Back again.
The new guest.
New guest. A lot better looking than me. Isn't it?
Not hard.
Not hard. Then again, look at me. I actually sit next to you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I do need help. So
Round is a shape.
Telling you, it's just my height. It's just my height, not my weight. Okay, very welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you very
having
much for
me.
last year. You did a great job, and you started off
Thrown in the deep end too, like
Yeah.
you threw straight to the deep end.
and did
And
Yeah, no, loved it.
took to it like a fish to water. It was very good, and I think this year's going to be even better for you. And
Yeah,
so
looking forward to
roving
it.
around the pits there and doing interviews. So guys, when you see Bree there, come up to your car, make sure you get some big smiles out. Plenty to talk about. It is great to have you on board with us, guys, and
thank you.
looking forward to a great year.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Be a
I
big
mean-
one.
What's the goals? What's the hard line questions we're going to get?
Oh.
All different ones.
Yeah, I mean, just getting to know the drivers. I mean, everyone's so friendly. Everyone, it's like a little family. So, like, I came into it just watching Dad race, and then met everyone, and now it's all just one tight knit group. So, pretty much
I
just getting
noticed
to
on
know
your
everyone.
post the other week you were talking about you can't wait to get back racing again. It's like it
Yeah.
is for you guys as a family thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which is
like
great.
yeah, it's Dad's thing. But as soon as we all get the chance to be there, the whole family's
Yeah.
always there, and
Yeah.
whoever can get there, and you can walk down the pits, chat to everyone. It's
Yeah,
the
that's
best.
Good to see.
It's great.
It's a little bit out of your comfort zone though, doing this, isn't it? So
A
it's
little
something.
bit.
It was sort of like, actually, let's just say it was a bit of a dare, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
There was a drunken bear, actually.
Drunken dare.
Yeah.
You can't do
That's
that.
was a
Yes,
big-
it was.
Do that. Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Watch
So
me.
And now
was it the grand final?
And then the
Football
Nationals.
grand final. A few drinks.
Yeah, a few drinks.
And here we
Yeah.
are.
And here we are. No, it's good.
No, we're very happy and glad to have you on board. We, someone that's better look at. Actually, they want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to us. I don't know why, but
I don't understand.
No, I
Yeah,
can't.
I don't get it either.
I don't understand that. But,
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah. So the big plan is to try and get to some states with us as well, and
Yeah,
get
for
around.
sure.
And if
Dad's going to Sandown for the historics.
Yeah.
That'll be one for an
So
interstate.
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Really good. Queensland.
Darren,
Yeah.
are you doing the nationals at this stage?
I don't know. It's it all depends on how I can get a car up there. So it's
a big
you know,
ask, isn't it?
It is, and also with our enduro the week after. So there's not a lot of time. You send a car up there, and I mean, it's if I can get a car up there, I'd love to do it because it'll be it's one of the things I love about HQs is the fact that you can go around Australia and race at pretty well any racetrack around the country, which is why we can do Sandown, why can we can do Queensland Raceway.
Yep.
So to me, it's Darwin Hidden Valley is absolutely on the bucket list. So I'd love to be able to do it. So if I can get the car up there. Yeah, I've got a big year planner on my board, and there's a lot of blue, which is HQ round. So I'm trying to work out how many I can fit in. So, but definitely go back to the 1 hour. And who wouldn't want to do Sandown? I mean, I know that they've signed it up for a while, but who knows how long it's going to be.
You might think you'll fit the 4 hour in this year as well.
Yeah,
Mate, it's a great.
Hey, we got-
look, the 4 hours awesome. The 4 hours
Get
awesome.
40
Yeah,
cars at the.
yeah,
We all-
yeah.
That was a fantastic weekend.
It's a
mate.
great.
Yeah, it is. I did
That
it
was
once.
the
Yeah,
Queensland 1 hour, and the historic that now they've changed the date and made
Yeah.
it more accessible for everyone to get there.
Yeah.
That will be a great one too. But look, you know what? The racing around Australia itself, with
Yep.
the bend opening up in South Australia,
Yep.
you've got Queensland. They put on a great show up there. The guys up there. And look, I know it's hard, but geez, if you can get over to Western Australia and down to Tassie, I mean, these are the tracks. They're the ones that you want to get to and race
Yeah.
because, it's.
Yeah.
The goal is
And-
the goal is for any racers to race around Australia, isn't it?
it is. It is
And
definitely.
obviously,
Yep.
we're in a hard category where a lot of the drivers are cash poor
Yeah.
type thing for racing. So no, it'll happen. And
Yep.
But you've had a couple of nights. I know because I was there with Wayne as well. One was Queensland, and the other one was at the Nationals. And you've spent time with this bloke.
why is everyone picking on
Always
me?
a hope.
Anybody out there who hasn't spent a night with Healy? Well, let's just rephrase that.
It's an experience.
It's an experience. Yeah. No, look,
Say, I've got agent contact if you want me.
bring your laughing gear because I tell you what, man.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
beyond the camera, I do let loose a little bit. So it's all right. So a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Who was it? John Baxter tried to. He had nothing.
Oh, mate.
Oh, jeez.
Rangry.
He got very wangry.
Angry.
He got very angry. He was upset. I was picking on Dewan. Dewan was, to be honest, Dewan, he served and he was in the army. The only bad thing is that all he did was serve mashed potatoes and peas and and stuff like that to the real soldiers. So, I mean, I feel sorry for it, but I mean, what do you do?
Shouldn't have started.
I know.
Yeah, that's
The season hasn't even started. We're already taking
Oh,
the piss.
mate, that's what's good about it, mate. We can do that, you know.
That's exactly
it's
right.
a good bunch
Well,
of
that's
blokes,
it.
and
You know what? When I first started racing HQs, it used to be state versus state. And if you went to a state or you came from a different state and they came to you or whatever,
Yep.
there was no love,
Yeah.
you know, I don't care, we're going to beat you or we're going to find
Yep. something
something to get you out of this. We
Yep.
don't want you being in our, where now it's completely changed.
It's your,
Yeah.
your,
Now-
your catchfriend.
It
not,
is.
Not
Not
state against state.
It's
Yeah.
mate
Yeah.
versus mate.
And that was really true. You know, when you talk about the delegates meeting, it couldn't have been any truer up at that meeting. You know, like we're talking about the rounds. You know, talking to Joe Andriski and those guys want to come down for the enduro again.
Yep.
But obviously you've got the nationals, so you know we're all going. You know, come, you know, leave it in my workshop. Do this, do that. You know, I was talking to Brad Schomburg, and you know we were talking about potentially going over to the Gold Coast because the Gold Coast V8s are the week after.
Oh, okay.
The state round. And he goes, no worries, mate, just leave it in my place. You know, so it's just there's a desire between all of us to be able to the more we can get around to each other's rounds, the better it is for the category.
I'll actually tell you what he really said. He says that.
That ass. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Let me tell you, I'll come back. No manifold, no carby. Your head's gone.
He'll be testing it on his own dyno.
That's right, exactly right. Exactly. I'll call
See
this
what he's
engine's
got
good.
here.
I'll take this one. Only joking, mate. I knew you
He's
wouldn't do it
a
to us.
great bloke.
He's a great bloke, mate.
Yeah, I
Great
know
bloke.
he's
So.
just sort of recently met.
Actually, there is a question that I did want to ask you and I forgot. The delegates meeting,
Yes.
HQXtra was brought up.
Yes, absolutely.
We've got to mention.
Yeah,
Gotta mention.
yeah, no, it was good.
Hey?
It was good. So, and you know, the feedback was that you guys are doing a fantastic job for the category, and I don't think that's in question. You know, the getting the brand out there and getting the message out to the wider racing community and beyond is the most important piece. Probably the key is making sure that you are geared up with the information that you need to be able to share with the members before you open your gob. But that's, you know, coming back to, you know, and Macca raised it before, it's communication. So I think there's, you know, one of the great things about this is that these minutes will go out, everyone will get them, everyone can see what's happened. You know, we'll talk about it at our first meeting, and you know, I'm happy to answer any questions. And just even, I won't bore everyone with it now, but even the process that was followed, it's not an instant no. It's not happening. There's a discussion to be had around each of the items, you know, and there's a lot, you know, distributors, for example. Of course, we should have electronic distributors. Why wouldn't we? But then you think, but there's no parts available for it. But then you talk to other guys, and there is. You can get springs, you can get parts, there's enough bits and pieces around and available to do it. So, you know, to me, I walk away feeling that as a governing body, the HQRA has got everyone's best interest at heart, pulling everyone together, but it is absolutely driven by the states. You know, HQRA does nothing for membership in New South Wales, and when I mean that it's up to us to be able to promote our sport, and that's what this platform is perfect for, that because we're sharing information across all the states. People are tuning in, people that want to join the category are hearing, can talk to other racers, and I also think too people are more. I'm not saying that people weren't approachable, but you know Leighton's coming back this year. He's been around for a while. There's also a young fella that's is it Jaden or.
Yeah, Pit Tambour.
Yeah. So you know, so we're actually seeing, you know, and the great thing is it's well known that New South Wales is doing really well at the moment and very strong.
Well, look, I
absolutely.
Of a couple of interstate guys that really liked our show and have now bought cars back.
Yep.
I won't mention their names just in case they don't want me to, until I get their permission. But there's a lot of people actually are liking our show because now they can get recognition and might be able to get something to show their sponsors or show their car off.
Yep.
And
this is HQXtra is now a brand and a platform to do that. So
absolutely.
It's really good. And like I said,
It's just good to get the feedback because we're like. Obviously, with him here, you have to worry a little bit about what he says. But
yeah, that's
well, they got 10 in the bin earlier.
what the loose cannon.
The loose cannon, yeah. But no, honestly, it was great to hear some positive feedback from what we do. And look, we're passionate. That's what makes it happen.
Of course, yeah.
It's not for
Darren,
for
there's no
money.
scripts in front of us, is there? There's
Absolutely.
No paper.
No.
We talk our mind. We just
And we
open.
actually.
And we might not be politically correct sometimes or say the right things,
Most of the time, but but it's fun, it's good, and it's good for the category.
And the passion's there, right? The passion's there, and at the end of the day, the reason why you guys want to do this is you a love for the sport, a desire to share the category with others around, and you know, the more people that want to go and buy a car, and the more people that get involved in it, you know, that's about longevity, right? So the longer the
plenty cars out there. That Rob Joyce,
10 left.
He's got 10 left. He's still got plenty of cars out there.
The problem being though,
but there's also other cars out there. I seen one on for $6,500. It was in pieces, but I had everything ready to.
Simon Smith.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So there is cars out there and everything like that. And
the problem with Rob Joy though now is he's selling the blokes who are putting them back on the road. It doesn't help us.
It doesn't
help us at all.
No.
But guys, look too. When you see Bree coming around, and you know, don't be shy. She's probably more scared than you guys. She's probably more scared than you are, and you know, she's stepping out of her comfort zone, enjoying what she's doing, and we love having her. And I do have one question for you. I'm going to throw you under the bus here.
Yeah, here we go.
Who was the worst one you interviewed last year? Besides your dad?
Yeah, I was going to say Dad was probably the worst.
Easily, that's easy.
I know.
No one. I mean, Dave Allen's a bit hard to catch without sitting in his deck chair and his
bag.
Dave Allen. Yeah, mate, that was all right, eh? Good drive. That was a good drive. Yeah. He's sitting there. I just remembered this now. I apologise, but I've got to do this. I remember him sitting there like this. Yeah, that was all right, eh? Pretty good. Good drive. So, again, politically incorrect, but Dave Allen, what a character.
Love him.
Good bloke. He's a great bloke.
Fantastic bloke. And he goes for Manly.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
I know.
Anyway, you can't have everything.
Another one, Rob.
Oh no.
Yeah. No wonder I like you so much.
Again, guys, thank you for coming on. Appreciate your time and everything. Just massive big thanks. Big shout out to our sponsors.
Absolutely.
CR International, Harvey's Towing and Mechanical Service up in
Osborne.
Ray Osborne and Brad Osborne from Osborne. You've got Michelle from Hands On First Aid, Peter Dane from Ready Strip, Daniel Beckinsale from Blendline TV,
Sean Bowen
from Asset, and Wayne Stumpy Harris from Kerways. Guys, we appreciate so much your support and your faith in us, and letting us run and having a great time with our show. So, guys, thank you very much for coming.
What do you think of the new set before you go?
Mate, I love it. I love it.
First one of the new set.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's
you get some good comments too, which is great.
it's a great setup.
We apologise for going a little bit over what we were going to do like we normally do, but due to the interruption that we had, we'll have that all fixed up hopefully by next one. A few little changes, but it's like a Virgin type thing set up here. Massive big shout out to Robbie there, McDougall, our executive producer behind the scenes. He's been unreal.
Great job.
Coming on board. Ian McLean behind the scenes and on our website.
Absolutely, he does a lot of work behind the scenes.
Massively.
Thank you so
Don't
much.
forget, mate, we can get bigger and better. Become a member. Become a member at HQXtra. Get on the website. Everything's on the website. Jump on that. Get up there. That's it. Get right up there. Come back a little bit. There you go. You're blocking me.
He's got a wobbly boot. There we go.
Who's that? Oh, Kenny. Right. That's it.
Lucky 13.
Guys, once we get to a decent number of members, 50 plus, we'll start giving members giveaways, and we'll have a lot of fun, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to cover this year. Thanks to everyone that's, like I said, put their stuff behind us. All the states, we sent out a letter to all the presidents, giving them, letting them know what HQXtra is all about and what they want to do and how we can get to your state. So all the presidents around Australia and all the members, get to them and get together and find out if it suits you guys.
Yep.
Again, become a member, help us out.
Go on the website, check it out.
Yeah.
Check out the calendar, check out the membership application forms are all on there. There's places, like Ian said before, where you can download your own videos, and so everyone else can see them as well. We want to try and make that a platform.
Exactly. The question of the week will come back. We're going to have heaps over. We got a simulator, a racing simulator. So when guests come on board, we'll throw them on and have a go at that. So sorry, mate, we didn't have that. I reckon we would have beat you anyway.
I reckon so too.
Without a doubt, eh?
But look, there's so much happening to all the other states. We're here to promote you guys. If there's anything, you let us know. Don't forget, Melbourne this week, Brisbane. Get your entries in for Brisbane the week after. Tagan is jumping in. I don't believe Brandon Madden's car, the championship.
In the motocross,
his wife's jumping in, Tagan, so she's going to jump in and have a go. Isn't it great to see some females in there? So we got a couple in New South Wales.
New South Wales,
Yeah. So there's a couple up in Queensland. I believe there's a couple in Victoria. They just got to give them. Not sure on South Australia or Western Australia or anywhere else, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I'm not nervous anymore.
Really?
Yeah. It's probably because I had a big bog and got rid of a couple of kilos.
We're about to wind it up. That'll be enough from you, Wayne.
And,
Again,
Thanks, guys. It's been a great first show. A little bit of a glitch, but we'll be back bigger and better next week. I think we'll have
That's
another
it.
one next week.
And let's see if we can all say this together. And remember, if it ain't pinging, keep it singing.